our hero, Mr. John Behan.
All right, please take your seats. I will make this short and sweet, not long and winded as I've been accused of sometimes. But I'm a proud Montauker who was able to actually march in the first St. Patrick's Day Parade back in 1962. Of course, I had legs and I could march, and I had a full head of hair also. So, you know, things change as we go along. I don't think we would ever have the Amityville Highland Pipers if it wasn't for Gil Keller and Charlie Kent. They're the first bagpipe band that we've ever had, and they've been with us for 40 years. And I voted for them because they could play the Marine Corps hymn so well. And they've been not only do they come to our parades, they have been our friends in every way you could imagine. We've had lunches together, we've had dinners together, we've even gone fishing together and gone to Block Island together. And occasionally we had a drink together. But the Montauk Parade is going back to the original 12 members that started it. You would never imagine that we'd be here today 50 years later, because those guys were having, you know, big fundraisers that cost you $5 to attend, and all their wives made all the food, and they also tended bar, and we went to every place in Montauk that was open. And you can imagine 50 years ago, we were lucky anybody was open. But the parade was a big hit then, and just as it will be in this coming parade. You know, it's you think of all the people who have come and gone. We've changed directions. We've had Greeks and Italians and Jews and Filipinos. Dr. Mapula is coming to town next Thursday, actually, to come and visit me and stay at my house, and we'll be out to dinner. I hope to get a chance to see him while he's here for 4 days. But he was our first Filipino. He never held back on man or woman, race or creed or color or religion. It was important to us that they were important to Montauk, and they have done their share to be recognized as the Grand Marshals, because, you know, we hold that in a sacred way. You know, it's we don't have trouble finding people. We just have trouble selecting amongst the people who would like to be our Grand Marshal. So, you know, we've had 2 fathers and sons. My dad was the Grand Marshal before me in '76. I followed him in '79. Gil Keller was the Grand Marshal, followed by his son Patrick. And certainly we had husbands and wives. Ed Ecker was the Grand Marshal, and Catherine, who's here today, was also our Grand Marshal. So it's kind of a family tradition that somehow bleeds into the Grand Marshal. Now, you know, when we unveil this plaque, there'll be 50 names on it. And we'd be fortunate today if we had 20 Grand Marshals here today who are still alive and kicking. And you can tell them, because most of them got dressed up in their Grand Marshal regalia. They enjoyed that day, and the Friends of Erin mostly enjoyed having them as our Grand Marshal, because, you know, it just doesn't come and go. It's a lasting event. And because of some of my efforts, we have the Grand Marshal's Luncheon, which we thought back then, and that's like 20 years ago now when we started it, that there was more to being a Grand Marshal than just marching down Main Street. So we allow their families to get involved, and we allow them to have the opportunity to speak their opinion and to remind everybody of what good they do for the town of East Hampton and mostly the community of Montauk. Montauk has been a small community in East Hampton, but it's probably, in my mind, the one that's often visited and most spoken about and known worldwide as the fishing capital of the world. And that doesn't just come by accident. That comes by hard work of all the residents who live and work here and attend our parade on an annual basis. So I was, as I said, I was very happy to be able to march in the first parade. And then I left town for a while when I enlisted in the United States Marine Corps. And I got out of the hospital in March of 1967, March 1st. And I come home to find out that I had a request. And the request was from the Montauk Friends of Erin that I be in their parade. You know, you think back to the 60s, people were burning the American flag. They were blaming the warriors for the atrocities that were taking place in Vietnam. They called us drug addicts and baby killers. But not when I came home. Montauk Friends of Erin honored me with a convertible with an Irish beauty queen to ride alongside of me, and they requested that I wear my uniform. And that made me very happy and very proud to be home. I'm also proud to claim that I'm when I use this word oldest, I don't mean it in age, but I'm the oldest member of the Montauk Friends of Erin that's been in the club the longest. And there's a lot of young men sitting right before me who will someday take my place, because once you get the fever of the Montauk Friends of Erin, it lasts forever.
Montauk, I can say, as being the supervisor of the town of East Hampton, is a unique hamlet, and it is a community of giving. We recognize the Friends of Erin and the leadership of Joe Blocker, what they have done for the community, what they do on an annual basis by bringing 40,000 visitors to our hamlet. And I thank you for your day-to-day efforts. In addition, Montauk celebrates so many equally community giving organizations. Just for a second, I'd like to pay respect to them: the Montauk Lions, the Montauk Historical Society, and the Lighthouse Committee. Montauk Volunteer Fire Department, how important are they? And the Ambulance Squad and the Ladies Auxiliary. Let us not forget the Volunteer Ocean Rescue Group, the Montauk Community Playhouse, the Montauk Chamber, the Artists Association, the Village Association, the Montauk Community Garden, and just tens of others. I would just like to emphasize, this is a community of giving. When someone is hurting, we in this community respond. Let us never change that dynamic. It's unique to Montauk, and God bless you for doing that. Regardless of how many visitors we have, we all know that when help is needed, local Montauk people will respond. Local Montauk people are led by those that are honored today and will be honored in the future. Thank you very much.
1963, Mike Egan. 1964, Pat Kenny. 1965, Mike Quinn. 1966, my grandfather, Joe Meade. 1967, Gene McGovern.
Thank you for the opportunity to announce these people. I know every one of these people, and they were deserving of being a Grand Marshal. 1968, Gene McCann. 1969, my dad, Gil Keller. 1970, Tom Doherty. 1971, Charles Kenny. 1972, Pat Sweeney.
1973, Pat Gray. 1974, Marshall Prado. 1975, Lester Behan. 1976, Toby Howe. And 1977, Perry Doria Jr.
1978, Bob Fisher, our principal. 1979, Honorable John Behan. 1980, my father, Harvey Edelstein. 1981, the Honorable Joe Duffy. And 1982, Mary Gosman.
1983, Nick Monty. 1984, Eddie Ecker Sr. 1985, Bill Becker Sr. 1986, Vinnie Grimes. 1987, Frank Toomer Sr.
1988, Joe Hall. 1989, Pete Chimpukas. 1990, Frank Borth. 1991, Mike Murphy. And 1992, Herb Herber.
1993, Peg Joyce. 1994, Hank Zabrowski. 1995, Dr. Mapula. 1996, Joe Smith, or Smythe, sorry. 1997, Dick White Jr.
In 1998, my father, Jimmy Hewitt. 1999, Ann Duffy. 2000, brother Captain Owen Clancy. 2001, Chief Tom Scott. And 2002, a great baseball coach, Mike Finazzo.
2003, George Watson. 2004, Freddie Hosneck. 2005, Henry Uline. 2006, Suzanne Gosman. And 207, my buddy Patty Keller.
2008, sitting in the fourth row, Jay Libel. 2009, my mother-in-law, Fran Ecker. 2010, Craig Tuttle. 2011, with the black hat and the green ribbon, Joan Likey. And we're going to keep this secret for another couple of minutes. Okay, now I would like to ask Chris and Kim Gaddy to come forward with their children. Chris and Kim are the great-great-grandchildren of our first Grand Marshal, Mike Egan, and their children are the great-great-great-grandchildren of our first Grand Marshal.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And to assist them in unveiling the plaque, I'd like to announce our 50th Grand Marshal, Mr. Mickey Valsich.
Thank you very much, Mickey.
Congratulations, Mickey.
I know we want to
unveil the plaque, so we're going to take a look at the beautiful job that the Friends of Erin have done. But I just want to thank the Friends of Erin. I really do appreciate this. This is a great honor to me. Thank you once again.
Okay, now somebody needs to pull the bow on that shoelace knot there.
Right here. There you go. You got it.
Good job.
There you go.
Now, Mickey, if you'd like to lift the Irish flag off the monument.